welcome to the place of which you've been warned, where knowledge gathers and hits like a swarm. Return to a time when your soul was untorn. Rejoice, my friends. This is Semblance of Form. Hey, how you like that one, eh? Told you we were workshopping here, and you didn't respect the growth. Well, welcome, men, women, and children, to another beautiful day on this earth. If things are poor, it's probably not the first. We can always soar if we remember when times could be worse. Remember, maybe that's the thing I'll do in the future. Try to deliver some knowledge in purely rhymes for the culture. Perhaps it will leave me with my skills nurtured, or maybe I'm just subjecting myself to crazy levels of torture. I don't know. I knew I had some semblance for a talent in rhyming when I would listen to rap songs, and I could tell how they were going to end the line as the line was starting to form. But yeah, so it's a funky day a little bit. It's been a minute since I uploaded. The next upload will explain all of that. But I can tell you one thing. This is not the same car I was in. So yeah, that's going to be a good story. But yeah, like I was saying about the rap songs, that's how I would judge a rapper's talent nowadays. If they're able to surprise me consistently, I consider them talented. Meanwhile, it's the ones I can consistently guess, I can tell they're taking the path of least resistance. And it seems like a lot of people are doing that these days. I mean, look at me, man. Look at me. I'm doing this on two phones because I just got a new phone and I still got to take everything off the old phone, but life's been a bit of a mess, so I haven't had time to do that. And so I do what's easiest to me, you know? And that's just natural. Most people do that. But yeah, so we're going to get up on turning in this old phone and getting the new phone all ready to go with the teleprompter and everything. But the thing is, like, everything on iPhone, because I had a Jordan, I'm testing out an iPhone, man. They've been playing you guys, man. I'm probably run with it for a couple years, give it a full chance, look at all the different features until I get to the point where I can get a new phone for free again. But it's kind of wild. Like, any decent app on the phone, you got to pay for it, like the service or whatever. Unless you be like, oh, we got a trial, and then it's like, come on, guys. Come on. Can't we all just get along like Androids do, man? We get some good quality apps that are free, man. Like, my main gripes, like I'm talking about, is I have this music booster, like audio booster on my Android, and every single audio booster I find on the iPhone is like, oh, you got to pay this fee for a whole year or a month or whatever. And it's just like, come on, guys, come on. I just want to listen to my music better, bro. It's just not that difficult. Like, and it's rampant, like, on anything that's of any decency. Like, I'm talking about getting this teleprompter thing. I got to commit to $99 a year. It's not too much money, but man, it's still annoying. Anyway, let's get back to it. Quick griping, man. Now, you gripe all the time, man. No, I bring good and happy spirits. I try to lift people up. Nah, man, you griping, bro. Just get back to the video. All right, cool. Path of least resistance. I understand. It's part of human nature. And really, reality as a whole. Like, you take a squirrel, and a squirrel sees a nut on the ground, and there's one way up in the tree. So the squirrel's probably just gonna grab the easy one on the ground. However, that kind of thinking limits us as individuals, because how many more nuts might that squirrel see if he took time to go to the top and get that one out the tree? It's not like it's that much harder for a squirrel. But instead, it just gets the singular nut on the ground, and it lacks the perspective to know how to make the next move. So I might be overthinking things, but I feel it's valid. I feel it's pretty valid. And as AI becomes more prevalent, seems like it's becoming more of an issue. That's literally, I mean, there is literally a section of humanity that is 300% more efficient than 90% of humanity. I don't even know the real percentages. These are, we're making it up. Just because they've been keeping constant attention on the development of AI. It's kind of like the dot-com boom of the 2000s, and similar to the true emergence of crypto in 2015, though, like, we're still waiting for crypto to pop off. So, yeah, one day they'll figure out how to actually make something of use for people. Till now, we'll just put $2 trillion into watching numbers go up and down. But anyway, the thing about AI is we're kind of in that same type of period. The only issue is it's much more insidious because oftentimes most people won't be able to tell the difference. And if there's value created, how much value is there in establishing the difference, you know? So, hey, we got to take our good with the bad. So we will see how far I get into the college stories, because I think this is a bit more relevant at the time. Though what I'll get into tomorrow is even more relevant to like my whole state of mind and everything. But I feel that my exploration of my past has been pretty therapeutic, even if many people might not follow. It's cool because it's self-therapy, you know. Hopefully we can build up a bit of a following, and then maybe people can go back and check this out, or not. It doesn't really matter, man. I'm just trying to grow as a person and kind of bring some value to the world. So, hey, let's get back to it. So, I kind of neglect my daily thoughts, though, as I follow down this storyline. So, like, tomorrow I'm going to break it up, and we're going to do something in the middle, and then we'll get back to it again. But I was thinking about it, and we're going to do them both today. But I wanted to mix this in because I'm feeling kind of like Harry Potter in the third book, or third movie, whatever. I don't know, like, read the books, people. Come on, man. The movies are good. They're pretty good for a live action type of thing. But, man, read the books. The books are so much better. Anyway, in the third book, he's seeing this Grim. It's called a Grim. And it's kind of haunting him, and other people can't see it. So that's kind of the dark things that I'm talking about. But this is like a follow-up to the last video I did. I don't know why this sticky thing don't want to sticky, right? It's supposed to be made for being sticky and working properly and holding up the thing, but hey, yeah, I'm in a different car. We're using different stuff. Sometimes we struggle, but we pick it up again. And don't worry, soon we'll actually be editing videos, so I won't just be mumbling, and we might get some fancy edits, like blah, 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 blah. Get some music or something. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. But yeah, I'm talking about how I was bombarded with Facebook friends requests, and it was definitely my fault for engaging with them. But how are you supposed to know when answering one message might massively impact your life moving forward? Anyway, I currently have over 100 pending friends requests, probably 200, 300 by now. And that's like on the underestimation side. I wouldn't be surprised if I get 10 more just while I'm writing this, though it has slowed down a bit since the time that I wrote this originally. But the majority look like attractive women, and I'm guessing what's going on, like, what's up, y'all? Like, it's a wondrous thing. The first guess I have is that they're all bots, but I mean, how could Facebook get compromised that bad unless they truly just don't care? But second is maybe they are actual people, but not all of them operate like they have any type of cognition. So I'm thinking, like, we might have a lot of people from like Nigeria or something. Not trying to say people from Nigeria lack cognition, but like they lack the American lingo that people are used to. But then again, a lot of people talk very dumb these days and can't spell, so I really can't tell you any different, man. I really don't know. So yeah, perhaps they are foreigners working from some fortress of Bother You. All my super friends, y'all know what I'm talking about there. However, the numbers are so high, I'm thinking it could be some type of AI campaign. I had never really give them anything but my curiosity, but it seems like I've opened up the waterfall, and it's hard to stop a waterfall. They just keep going. It's just raining on your head if you sit under it. It's good mental training, but it could also knock you out. So, it's really though about the path of least resistance. I never really give them much, but they're just attacking. They're trying to go and take advantage of the world's most gullible people. Like, you got to be super aware these days to ensure you're not another person living out their days as an Ouroboros. If you're not aware of that, it's you've probably seen it in some type of media, but it's the snake eating its tail. Like, you see girls with the tattoo all the time because it looks cool, but there's some deep thought behind that. The thing is, when money is your only objective, things get hurt without you even realizing it, and you can lose your space. All right, let's move along before I don't even get started with the college breakdown. Now, UNC Charlotte has grown immensely since I left around 2010. They've added a ton of buildings, dorms, and even a football team. It's not hard to say now that they probably have one of the most impressive campuses in all of the Carolinas now. However, when I went there, they were still in a pretty heavy building stage. So it might not be the fact today for anybody headed there, but when I went there, it was what we call a suitcase school. And this is a term for a school where a large amount of students who are close enough that they can go home on the weekend. And thanks to their proximity to their home and lack of activities found at the school or knowledge of them around the area, they just have them go home. And so during my time, it was always serious business to do enough networking to find something to do on the weekend. Usually you would rely on like the fraternities or sororities because they had it easy. You didn't have to put in too much legwork, but it wasn't too bad if you had friends in this group. But I mean, you met those guys, and there's a reason why you didn't want to join. I mean, they took you to putt-putt or whatever, go-karting and stuff like that. You play at the arcade or whatever. They got the monies. But then they'd be like, hey, you want to sign up? It's only like this much monies to join. It's like, shoot, I ain't got the monies, man. What the heck you talking about? Better get on with that. So yeah, wasn't too bad. I might put down this window a little bit. I don't want to put on the AC, but it's kind of chilly in here, man. It's kind of chilly in here. I mean, it's kind of hot in here. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. But yeah, so, man. So you'd meet those guys, and you'd figure out why you wouldn't want to join. Like, it couldn't be that way for everybody, but a lot of those groups became weird ways for people to buy their way into a social group that fundamentally is only worth it because 2 is bigger than 1 and 3 is bigger than 2. So you want to be around more people. Eventually you got 20 to 40 people. You got something productive has to come out of that at some point, or the fraternity just has some crazy parties and gets kicked off campus. But anyway, that happened. Compared to a school like ECU, that's well-known, Eastern Carolina University. It's well-known for parties any and every day. UNC Charlotte wasn't the best choice for a college-age kid looking to have fun at that time. You would think that would be good for academic productivity. However, instead it made people like get more creative in the ways they would waste their time, from seeing challenges to see who can maintain clarity longest after downing an entire bottle of NyQuil, or just there'd be bullying because people are outside of the circle, because it'd be really connected with the people who were around the area versus the people who were kind of like transitioning into the school and just trying to check out the area. And there was some unfortunate stuff that you could find if you look, but you also had some cool stuff. You had like I remember there was a night where we were just all chilling out in front of the place, just passing around ghost stories. That was pretty fun. And we'd have like impromptu Halo tournaments because Halo 3 came out there and everybody was into it. But yeah, you see different sides of the world there. And there's one thing that you'll probably find at about 95% of the colleges in the country, and that's by the end of the first semester, a decent slice. I'm talking a decent slice. Maybe you don't see this at like Harvard or something, but you probably see it even more there because, it's hard. But by the end of the first semester, you're like a decent slice of the class is gone. So imagine making a system where like people are watch while learning for 18-ish years. Maybe you start at 4, we'll say 14-ish years, where you go to school and you're assuming that because somebody gets decent grades and test scores, that they will be able to keep up with living on their own with no type of supervision. I'm not saying that all kids go crazy, but a decent amount of them do. So I learned that this was not like just because I had good test grades and scores in school and everything. I learned that it didn't really mean that you were ready to do it and kill that. And I learned that really early when I took my placements for math and English. And I just realized savagely how poorly I was taught many concepts in high school. So, and we were like top 2 schools in the district for public schools. Actually, I think we were number 1, like just have a reputation of being a good school. But the drastic disparity in the difficulty you can find between different courses and professors it's a wild thing to deal with. So you make your schedule and oops, you were a little late because you didn't know what you wanted, or you weren't aware of certain dates, and all of a sudden you'd have a schedule that is completely overwhelming when you were just trying to get your 15 credits to graduate on time. So that's the thing, because your parents, you don't want to tell your parents you were taking less than enough credits. So you might fill it in with that one class or that one over there, thinking that, okay, this seems simple enough. And then, of course, you can drop classes, but now you're behind and you don't have the credits. And oftentimes you couldn't tell how hard a class was going to be until like a week past the drop period. So there's a level of competition that emerges once you reach college that gives many like their first taste of how competitive society can be. And the early bird gets the worm. That's what I really want to say about that. It really becomes relevant. You got to really know what you're doing when you go to college. And if you don't, I really suggest that you take some time, figure it out. Enroll in a trade school and just go after that. Like I was talking to this girl at work the other day, and she's doing cosmetics. And so she's going to cosmetology school, 2-year degree. Actually, she's on a 1-year program. So you could go there for 1 year. And so there's a whole bunch of dudes going there doing like, but not a lot, but there's a decent amount of dudes going there to learn how to be a barber. I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, that was the plan. Like, why weren't people pushing dudes to do this? You go to cosmetology school, you learn to be a barber, you got a trade that you can make some decent money in. Plus, you go to a school where you have complete selection of like so many different types. And if you can find one, y'all getting good, y'all have a good relationship. She's got a decent job too coming out of there. And y'all can chill, put your money together, whatever, and y'all can go to learn whatever else you want to do while you feel like you have a financial basis and you're not stuck in the muck. Like a lot of people are feeling like they're stuck in the muck these days, and it comes from just like poor teaching of where we should be moving our as a youth, because we were told, like our previous generation, like I would be considered, I guess I'd be considered a millennial. And so the previous generation was telling us, hey, you got to go to college, you got to get this. And now the new thing is like, you don't need college. And that was kind of true, but they're saying you should have just done a trade or something. You should have had all this, you build up multiple skills, There's a thing about every job needing experience, but you need to find something at the lower level where you can build experience there, so you always have something to fall back to. So when you just go to college and you're like, I don't really know what I want to major in, I'm not sure what I want to do, you get there and you say, these kids are cool over here, these kids are cool over here. You start hanging out and stuff, you're doing classes, but you're not doing everything you need to be doing, and you're still not really sure what you want to do. You got your advisors who help you out a little bit, but they don't know you that much, and they also don't have all the time in the world, especially if you go to a decently large school. Like Charlotte was like 20,000-ish right when I went there, but now it's like 30,000. And like I know people who went to NC State, like my brother had a hard time just like figuring out what he was gonna do at NC State, because they had like about 35K, and so he had a hard time getting in contact with counselors. They kind of like push you under the rug because they don't have the time to deal with everything, and it's hard to make a really strong relationship with them. So you kind of get thrown to the wayside. So like for his example, he ended up with the mathematics degree when he went there for engineering. So he kind of doesn't do it, and he doesn't do anything with that now. Like he's a really smart dude, but he doesn't do anything with his degree, and that's what everyone says. Just like, yeah, I went to college for but I don't really do anything with the degree. And make it make sense. Start something that makes sense for you, and make some money and figure out what you want to do. But I really understand now, like by the time you hit 18 and you're getting ready to finish high school, you're like, yo, I want to get out of here, man. I want to get out of whatever it be, my family, my town. I just want to see different parts of the world, and I got this chance too, but like you got to take advantage of it, or else it ends up being like kind of wasted opportunity. But anyway, so we are about out of time today. So yeah, as I was saying, focusing on the trade is probably the most effective way to learn at that age, when you're just 18. And if you can come around when you're 20 and you got your friends in college and you're like, oh, I'm always broke and I don't even know what I'm doing for sure, and you're the dude who they came back home and you're just chilling there, you're just like, hey, yeah, I don't understand, bro. I'm making 50 to 100K a year, and I got this and this and this, and I think I'm probably gonna go to school for that, and I'm not gonna have to worry about loans and stuff like that. And that is a nice way to live, where you don't have that type of stress. You just gotta be able to convince the parents that it's chill. I'm sorry, squirrel just like leaped from a roof onto the branch over there. But anyway, let's finish up what we got going on today. Hopefully soon we won't be looking at this phone because we'll have that teleprompter stuff, but I gotta throw down that guap, man, because iPhone don't play. They gotta make that money every single day. So yeah, who wants to commit to something they're gonna do for the rest of their life when they're 18? It's hard to do. Like, not many people are aware really what they want to do at that point. So the problem really lies in the pre-college education system. Like, they should be teaching people not just how to write checks, but how to deal with your taxes, how to properly budget. There's a lot of classes where you're just like not really learning anything of use. You got all these freaking math classes, and they don't teach you how to do your taxes or budget and stuff. They teach you algebra 2 that you won't use. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Or like, do you need to know how to calculate the area of a rhombus? Come on, man. Come on. Do you? I don't think so. Not most people. Some people do, but not most people. Maybe if you can be an architect, but not most people. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm really gonna hit the college. Actually, nah. Tomorrow we're gonna do an even more interesting video before we get back into the storyline. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving forward. It's a bit of a dark time right now, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're moving on up. So find out what happens next on the next episode of Semblance of Form.